Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you on Facebook already, those of you on YouTube, and those of you on Twitch. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's hump day, and you are in the room with Frankly Speaking. I'm excited about tonight. This is indeed my season finale, so you won't be seeing me doing this particular show for until August. Until August. So enjoy tonight. I need a break. So I'm gonna get that break in and enjoy myself, enjoy the rest of my summer. And but I'm excited about tonight. I got some of my regulars, well, most of my regulars in the room, except for Mariah. Today her son was graduating, so she's not with us tonight. But she sends her love, of course, and we miss you more whenever you tune in. At the top, started with my kinfolk, my blood, one and only Charles Money. Stand back, say what's up, Money.
What's up, everybody? Good to be back. It's been a minute. I don't know what's in store today, man, but I know it's gonna be fun. Hey, get you some rest after this one, man. You're gonna need it.
For sure. Then next to him, I got the one and only Miss King, Tashiana. Say what's up to the people, Miss King.
Hey, y'all.
Then we got our Black Panther tonight. My brother, the one and only, Mr. Tim Clinton. Say what's up to the people, Tim.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to an amazing season.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks for allowing me to come on with these amazing people. We're going out with a bang tonight. Already told D and Clee, I'm not for the crap. Jalen, stay on mute. And King, I don't know. We're going to figure this thing out. It's on and popping tonight.
Then at the bottom, I got Miss J. She all spiffy tonight and dressed up and all of that good stuff. What up, Jay? Say what's up to the people,
I'm
Jay.
spiffy. This sounds lame on set. This ain't
okay.
Hey, what's up?
Then my boy Dwayne from Be More is in the house once again tonight. Say what's up, Dwayne.
To be young, gifted, and black.
Then I got my girls, my people. Y'all know them, my riders right there. Deanna and Clea's in the house. Go ahead.
Okay, what's up? It's your girl D.
And it's your girl Clee.
Also known as Who Are Those Girls?
Who are those girls? Okay.
And we are the co-hosts of Bitch.
Let me tell you what happened. The podcast.
Wait a minute, but we also AKA it to Girl. Let me tell you about Jesus, okay?
Yeah.
For the saints.
For the saints. Hallelujah.
Shout out to Tim and Dwayne, the city girls. All right.
Yeah, we miss y'all. Trying to get flued out for the weekend.
Make sure y'all pay me that name. Make sure y'all pay me for that name.
And then last but not least, I have my mentor when it comes to this social media thing. My uncle is in the building. I couldn't have a season finale without him being on with us tonight. So I appreciate him taking time out of his very, very busy schedule to bless us with his presence tonight. Bishop Greg Davis is in the house. Say what's up, Bishop.
What have you gotten me into? You got Tim up there and the King of Lord. It's good to be here, man. The old dude in the room for the season finale. Hey, Money. What's up, man?
Yeah,
Thank
so we live, man. We almost at 100 people between YouTube and Facebook. So y'all keep sharing. Keep sharing. I need everybody to share. Matter of fact, I don't see enough sharers on Facebook, especially. I need you to hit that share button now. This is a season finale. Let's do it big. Hit that share button. Tag somebody in the comment section. Those of you on the panel, let's make sure we've already shared. I need everybody to share tonight. Those of you on Facebook and YouTube, send that link out to somebody and put shared in the comment section. So tonight, it's a bowl of gumbo, y'all. I don't know how much of a gumbo it's going to be because I already kind of got a feeling we're going to get stuck. But if we don't, we're gonna touch on a couple of things. Lady J, put the first slide up, please, of our dear sister. That first slide I sent you, Whitley Gilbert. Let's dive right into it. All right, y'all. This is what Sister Gilbert says. I don't even know if that's her real name, but this is what she said. Just trying to manifest a relationship where I feel safe enough to let my femininity flourish. A lot of the masculine energy you get from females comes from trauma, having to be extremely independent all the times as a means of survival. Never having a man that was comfortable enough in his own masculinity to lead. A lot of women out here in a masculine energy because no man has created a safe enough space for us to be more feminine. And no man needs to try to debate me on this. Debate your single mama. Ask her why she is so masculine. So,
Frank, I am not responsible for these sound effects that Deanna has over here. Just do know that I am not a part of it. I would never do such a thing.
So let's start right there tonight. I normally what up, Mo? I gave you a shout out in the beginning. Good to see you in the comments. Shout out Kiki, Paris, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Let's start with the men tonight because I normally start with the ladies, but let's start with the men tonight. Fellas, you just saw the comment. I took a poll on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, overwhelmingly, they said that yes, they believe that this reasoning is justified by what she says, that women today are operating from a masculine energy as a result of men operating from a feminine energy. On Facebook, it was overwhelming. 90% said yes, this is true. On Instagram, it was a little different. It was 54% yes, 46% no. So, fellas, Angelica, good to see you, girl. Fellas, do you believe this to be accurate? First, let's start with this question. Are women today operating on a more masculine energy level than in the past, you believe? Let's start there. Any man, males.
Yes and no. Do I think they are taking more roles that were for men? Yes, but masculine, that would be hard for me to define. I just think, and I don't believe I'm saying this because I got D and Clee on here that's gonna get on my nerves, but the women are really bossing up, honestly, to be truthful. And so I wouldn't necessarily, it's almost degrading to say they're being looked at in a masculine way just because they stepping up. You know, it seems like to me, just me, a lot of men are not stepping up to that level of what these women are coming up, and they're getting jobs that were really looked at as for men. And now we see the women are taking these jobs. But to say they masculine, like to make fun of them, it seems like I wouldn't do that. I just think they just taking what they have to that next level. It's like, listen, I don't need you to do this. You know, I can really do this on my own. So if you want to look at it like that, that's the only way I can look at it.
Bishop.
So I don't think that men are feminine. I don't think that's the reason why. I think that women just have been hurt and they're saying, you know what? I think I'm gonna step it up. And I don't know if it's masculine energy. I just think they have to step it up, and because of the lack of men doing what they're supposed to do. I know I'm gonna get in trouble with that. Tim gonna disagree with me, but I'm with him. I don't know if it's so much masculine as they have to, or they're not going to get to the place that they, it's a lack of men doing what they're supposed to do. I don't know if they're feminine though, if men are feminine because of that, but I just think they're not stepping up because of the lack of home. They don't have any role models to show them how to step it up. And then, some people just dogs. Bottom line.
Can we define masculine? Can you do that for me, Frank? And then
I didn't write the post.
Okay. Well, that's really good. I think I think I'm gonna come from this angle. I think that I do agree that there's masculine energy that comes from women. So this is what I don't believe. I do not believe that it's necessarily about them bossing up, because I don't think that bossing up is about masculine energy. I think that bossing up is just about responsibility. I think that when she speaks of masculine energy, it's about attitude and posture, right? And when you look at that, I think that there is a level of women who are probably possessing a posture or attitude or demeanor, let's put all those words in there tonight, that would resemble masculine energy. And I do believe it is a result of some level of trauma, right? If you put your hope in a dude or a husband or boyfriend or whatever, and they don't necessarily deliver, from that point, you might take on a different position or posture, because you don't ever want to feel like you felt for the last 10, 5, 3, however many years you were in that situation. And so I do think that's some, not all. I do think that I won't even say majority. I'm going to stick with the word some do possess a masculine energy because of their trauma.
Money.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. After listening to Dwayne, I decided to look this up, if y'all don't mind. So, when I looked up in the dictionary, it says when it comes to masculine, it means pertaining to a characteristic of a man or men, having qualities traditionally ascribed to men as strength or boldness. So, if we're using that definition, absolutely. And looking at the lady's post, I could give her kudos on the fact of her own feelings. Everybody's situation is different. So she obviously has encountered men who have not been operating in their masculine, which forced her to make a post like that. But if we're talking about a general aspect and we're talking about women of today's time, absolutely agree that they operate more in the masculine side. Tim said that women are more bossed up nowadays, and that's good. But you have to think about the things that come with being a boss. It means you're more assertive, you're more competitive, you're more amongst these other characteristics that are opposite of femininity. And if that's the case, then you are moving more so in your masculine side, in my opinion.
One before my black queens on the panel come, the black queen sent me this on Facebook. It was so it spoke to me, so I'm just gonna read it, and then I'm gonna let y'all come as the church folks. I'm gonna let y'all come in y'all own way. Uh, this what this black queen said. If no man has made you feel safe enough to exude your natural feminine characteristics, that's the energy you're projecting into the universe, and that's what you're receiving back. Self check and rebalance. No finger pointing, self accountability. I had to learn this myself. Ladies.
Well, I do want to say this really quickly. Money made mention of, women now being bossed up, being assertive, and those things, associating that with masculine. I would like you to consider that women can be assertive. We can be direct. We can be clear, and still be feminine. I want to be really clear about that. I do agree in part with the young woman's post, not necessarily about trauma, but it could come from that. But I just see lack. Sometimes when women lack a man for whatever reason it's like, I need certain things done. Certain roles have to be met. You play them, especially if you are an assertive woman. So there's that piece. But the other thing is this last post or last comment that Frank read, I do think the first thing is personal accountability, because it's like Money mentioned, if you talk about what you don't have, and you guys know, I believe there's an abundance of good men. But if you think that there isn't, I would tell women often, like, check what you're allowing, check what you're giving out, because I say it time and time again, I have zero desire to be equal to a man. It doesn't matter how strong I may be in the marketplace. I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. And when a man is who he's supposed to be, whatever that looks like for you, but for me, I definitely can bring it down. Hence this whole cancel, cater to you. It ain't happening over here. We keeping it. We cater to our men over here on this side of heaven. That's all I wanted to say about that.
That's the founder of the knee ministry right there, y'all. In case y'all didn't know.
All right, knee ministry.
I want to add my 2 cents. I'm kind of confused because it's like what Brandy McCarley said in the comments is more like responsible adult energy. I think because a lot of women nowadays are getting married later and we're living on our own more often. We're having to do certain things because we don't have their partner. It's the same as a man having to do traditional roles for a woman, like cooking and cleaning and washing and stuff. That doesn't mean they're showing feminine energy just because they're taking care of themselves. So if I'm by myself, I'm a single woman, and I have to do more masculine things, such as take out the trash, such as cut my grass or get my car serviced and all these different things, that doesn't mean that I'm being more masculine. So maybe I'm misunderstanding what she's saying. Maybe she's saying when she's starting to date someone, they're not giving that specific energy. Hopefully that's what she means. But if she's just saying generally, while women are stepping up to the plate and being, providers for themselves, then I don't really understand what she means by that. So,
well, I guess I'm torn too, because I was at first initially I did agree with the young lady in the post about women exuding their masculinity, because those things are considered things that men do. But after reading the comment that Brandy said, like, yeah, we kind of have to do that if we're single. Like, if you have a mate and you're doing those things, then I guess I can understand what she's saying. But it's just taking care of yourself. If the trash got to be taken out, I'm not gonna let the trash pile up because I ain't got no man. I mean, I don't know.
See, that's why I said I'm kind of
split. I'm kind of split down the middle on it, but because I kind of did agree with the post when I initially saw it. I shared that same post on my story the other day, so I did agree with her. But now I'm kind of recanting it a little bit.
Jalen, you want to add something?
Yeah, I agree with everything that the other ladies have said. I initially, when I seen it, I was one of the ones that clicked yes, I agree. But I guess after the dialogue, I'm not sure in what context she meant it. It's like, obviously, if I'm single, I'm going to do what needs to be done for me, my house, my car, whatever that may be. And some of those things may come off as traditional men roles. So, I mean, I guess if that's the case, then yeah. But I don't think, like Tashiana said, I want to be a woman. And I want a man to be a man. I don't want to be a man. So when I get with a man, I want to be feminine and all that comes with that. I want to exude femininity. I don't desire to be a man, take on any of your roles or anything you deem as you being the man. So yeah, I think we're just doing what we have to do in the meantime. Like, you can't just be helpless and hopeless while you wait. I don't want to be this strong, independent woman that doesn't need a man. I'm just doing what I got to do right now until he gets here, type of deal.
Hey, can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
All right, so after listening to everybody made good points. I think what we're missing is the fact that in that post she was speaking about her and her encounters with men, if I'm not mistaken. So we understand that you're gonna have things that you do that might seem as masculine, like we talked about, taking out the trash, doing things that we would usually say is gender roles that a man would usually do in the household. What I think we should be looking at more so is that's fine because you're doing it alone. But when you meet a male, are you still having that same masculine energy when you meet a male? Now, if you are, in my opinion, it's two different things. It's either you just bred that way now, or you have no confidence in this man that you're dating. It is levels to where you are. So if you're dating a man that you don't feel is handling that masculine energy as he should be, then a woman she's usually not gonna submit to that. She's usually gonna still be her masculine self. What you think, Dwayne?
Hey, Money, because I guess I'm trying to understand from the ladies,
Okay.
are we defining masculine energy as roles? Because I don't really think that trash, and them taking out the trash is the definition of masculine energy. I think that the definition of masculine energy is posture and attitude and demeanor.
Right.
I don't think it's the functions that what we do.
Right. I was using it because those were a couple things that they threw out there. But I mean, I agree with you. Masculine to me is not just posture. To me, masculine is posture has something to do with it, but it's a bunch of other characteristics that make you masculine over what a woman might be.
I think Frank.
Yes.
I think we have though reduced it, Dwayne, to those things. I think we have equated that taking out the garbage and pumping gas and getting your car washed, that those are gender roles. The women cook, the men take the trash out, the women. I mean, the thing that we did the other day on Jay-Z and Beyonce, he said there's no gender roles, we just do. Who makes the decision? The man is supposed to. We have equated garbage, cooking, cleaning to those things. So we have to, I think that's what we've done in society, but that's not necessarily the wherewithal and the rule stick, but we have done that. And to Money's point, and I'm done. Yeah, that's the issue. We know y'all got to do it, when you're single, but many times you don't transition over to I's married now, and you don't know how to switch roles once you get, because you done got so used to being in charge of your household, you don't know how to transition. Not everybody.
But I think that is, to you all's point, the purpose of being clear when you talk about not deducing what a man does and what a woman does to tasks, because we've said this before. If I have a man and he's out of town and the trash needs to be taken out, I'm taking it out. But I do think Dwayne made a great point when he talked about posture and energy. And when a man has masculine, strong, protective, consistent, providing, and not just monetary, when that energy, that posture is such, then yeah, we might need reminding. Cause my man be like, why you touching the door? What is you doing? And then I have to say, oh, my bad. And it's not a fight. So I think that, but because he has masculine posture and energy, and he's not just task driven, I'm the man, and I don't have that from him. It's like, oh, that's right, you are here now. And so I would just assume, I don't like to do this, I would assume that the young woman's post is talking about the energy and the posture that men exude, in expectation that women would lay down the I don't need nobody. But a lot of times women do that because they don't know any better, and I say that in the best way possible, and they don't feel like, if I relinquish my stake in whatever it is, that you're gonna pick it up and you're gonna take it and you're gonna carry it out. That's just my position.
All right, so let's do this. Let's dive into, since we already counted here, let's dive into what safe space means for women. Because she said, if I've been in a relationship and a man does not create a safe space for me, I want the ladies to dive into what would a safe space from a man look like for you to be able to, here it comes, dirty word coming, submit to his masculine energy. What would it take?
Say the word again, Frank. It's
submit.
Dirty. Okay.
Submit
one more
to.
time. One more. Okay.
Submit to.
And Frank, I'm only asking you to say that because a woman told me earlier, she said, I just love his I love his voice. I love the way he talks. So I was doing that for her too tonight, you know.
Yeah. What does a man having masculine energy that creates a safe space in order for the masculine energy you have built up, since we're using that word, even though we're saying that's not the correct terminology, in order for you to now take the back seat to him being
say
the man in your life, submit to
you gotta say submit.
But first of all, I'm not taking the back seat to nobody. Deanna, we riding side by side.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go,
we supposed to submit to one another.
Here we go.
Not just one way.
Lucky
but for me, a safe space would be for me to be myself. Because a lot of times when we get into relationships as women, you have some men that will try and change you in terms of your behavior, your personality, and how you dress and how you act. And in my mind, I'm like, well, these are the things that attracted you to me. So why are you trying to change these things about me? So in a nutshell, let me be me. Of course, you have to adjust, to your partner. There are certain things that you probably just can't say to your partner all blunt and, insensitive or whatever. But I just want to be myself, to not have to be worried about, am I saying this wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Is he going to judge me? This, that, and the third. Like, that's my biggest concern. And that's been my biggest issue.
I would agree with her.
Before you come, Clee, hold on. Okay. Before you come, Clee, let me give redress to the backseat statement. I said what I said because there will come times within the confines of a relationship where certain things you were used to doing are going to have to now take a back seat.
Or the passenger.
Why
gotta be in the backseat?
No, because it has to regress. It has to go back. It can no longer be in the forefront. So therefore, it has to. But
I'm not in. If I'm sitting side by side and I'm letting you drive.
No.
That means you're taking the lead. Why I gotta sit in the back?
No. It has to.
Maybe we being too
literal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can say the same for a man. There are certain things that
excuse
men
me. Do. We talking about women right now. We talking about women. We're not talking about men. We're talking about women right now.
I was making a correlation to what you were saying, right? I was saying that there are certain things that men have to do as single men.
But we not
don't have.
They always do that. They always flip it.
I'm not trying.
We're not talking about
maybe I am trying to flip it.
You
but
are
I would like to express.
Yeah, y'all always
that's fine.
I'm what about the men?
We're talking about women.
I'm not saying
right
what
now.
about Well, I'll say this. Let
I
me just say
promise
my
to tell the
point.
truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Okay, I'm telling my truth. I'm thinking that, like you said we have to take a back seat
I
to
didn't say
certain
you
things.
have to take a back seat. I
I
said certain things in you have to take a back seat.
Okay, well, what you said. But there are certain things in men that have to take a back seat to their woman because there's certain things that they have to do.
We're not talking about men right now. We're not talking about men right now.
Okay. Let's go with the question. What's the question again, Frank? Because I ain't got time. Y'all finna go back and forth, and y'all know Deanna ain't gonna stop.
I know I'm not gonna stop because you're not letting me finish my point.
Okay, so go ahead, Frank.
Let her finish her point, Frank. Let her finish her point. I want to hear.
Because I was finna say something now. And I
Go
forget.
ahead, Clee. Go ahead, Clee.
I forget. What was the question? I done forgot that shit. Oh, what make you safe?
Yeah.
What make you safe? Okay, so Deanna said one half of it is I can be myself because I am a little off the chain. So, like if you allow me to be myself, then that's one thing. But I do, as far as like things that make me feel safe, like I pay attention to little things like this is just something small, random, but like how they talk about walking down the sidewalk and he walk on the outside, stuff like that. Make sure I'm good, make sure I'm safe, like physically safe, like because everybody know I like hood dudes and stuff like that. So this stuff like that be turning me on,
really?
like a little bit, just a little bit, because I like a well-rounded man. So
you know,
like
that'll choke you a little bit in the bedroom.
I do like being choked. Yeah. I do. That is fun. But no, but for real, Frank, why you do that? Friend, you ain't.
And then they gonna be like them girls you had on your show.
She said a lot of bit.
No, it ain't just you. She not the only one, so they can't do that.
Okay,
you like being choked a little bit too.
Amen.
It's a little bit grab.
I had these long braids for a reason. You know what I'm saying? To wrap them things on around. I like all of that.
Okay, we get off subject.
No, but I just like somebody a protector, somebody to protect me. You know what I'm saying? Walk on the certain side of the sidewalk type thing, or somebody who like say if I've lived with a man before, so if you hear a noise or something, you gonna go check that thing out. You gonna get that thing out. You gonna check that noise out. I feel safe because I know my nigga gonna put that on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas, y'all listen.
I'm just talking y'all.
Go ahead.
It's X-rated tonight.
Hold on, Dwayne. Jalen and Tatiana, y'all turn. Come on.
I agree with the ending. Well, most of what Clee said. I definitely like to feel physically safe, but I think more so for me, it's easy for you to make me feel physically safe, I would say. It's more so about me feeling emotionally safe. If I'm going to trust you and you're supposed to make me feel safe enough for me to be feminine and you to live in your masculinity, I would need to be emotionally safe, meaning I need to be able to be vulnerable. I need to be able to express things to you that may be uncomfortable or you may not have the answers to, but if I know that I can speak to you about it and there's no judgment and you're listening and you're going to comfort me, then that's how I'm going to feel safe. Because there's nothing like not being able to go to your partner about something deep, or about something that bothers you, a fear of yours, or something you're struggling with, or something you're worried about. That to me is the worst thing. If I have to go to outside parties with those things when they first come up, then I don't feel safe with you physically, because if you can't handle emotions and my feelings, which I'm quite sensitive. So if I can't go to you with that, 9 times out of 10 for me, I'm not going to even feel physically safe with you.
And I just wanted to add to that, like that too. And another thing that will make me feel safe, like little things like, like we talked about earlier, like making sure my oil changed and, my car running right, things in the house that needs to be fixed or, stuff like that. Those things too make me feel safe, But anyway, I agree with what Jay said.
Tatiana, you good?
What makes me feel safe with a man is I get to be me. We had this conversation the other day. Like, it's tough being a crybaby gangster because I am very sensitive. But just in life and in business, I'm not always afforded that luxury where I get to cry about it. And so just to have a man who will listen, right? And not necessarily be so logical, because a lot of men are, but to listen and hear me out and then provide sound advice and guidance in those things. Can I trust you to provide stability? Like, the big thing for me that makes me feel safe personally is certainty. I don't ever want to have to question or wonder like where we stand. Like, if we just friends on the new level, cool. I always want to be sure about what my role is, my position is in your life. And then from there, we can navigate almost anything. That's a big deal for me. And I think it's just stuff like what the other women talked about. Can I trust you to look out for me, to take care of me? And to me, I'm not even going to lie, this has been the best relationship I have ever experienced because, I had a phenomenal father. And so I think subconsciously I was always looking for someone to possess some of those qualities. But my previous marriage taught me that he's not going to be my dad. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's ever going to be that. Allowing a man to be a man. So we get to create what a safe space is. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's like just defining what works for you, now and what's going on. I've been drinking, but safe space for me is me getting able to be myself. And a lot of times I don't, because people think I'm like one way. And if I can just be myself, be silly, be goofy, whatever it is, that's a start for me.
Fellas, do you have any rebuttals or questions to what the ladies just spoke
Yes, I
to?
want to pose a question. How do you great, nice, eligible men create safe spaces for women? Don't all speak.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. I said, fellas, do you have any?
But you said it's GuMbO too, though. It's a little bit of everything. Come on, Jay. Ask that question again, girl.
That's that masculine energy we talking about right there.
There you go.
Bruh, I was
At
just
work.
Well, you know what? You and Tim exude feminine energy because y'all want to get flued out. You know what I'm saying? It's the city girls. Hey, I'll take your man. Hey.
I don't care what you guys say, but that's what we talking about right there. Then let my man finish his statement. Cut him off.
Okay, I apologize. Please forgive me.
Hey, Frank.
Tim?
I think, honestly, a lot of this, when they say it, and this, you said rebuttal, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes they say things as wives rather than girlfriends. Certain stuff, I don't care how safe you need me to make you until we get married. That's when that will happen. But as my woman, there's certain stuff like Cleve was talking about, go get my oil change. Are you okay? Never happened until I'm not taking your car to get oil change. You go drop your
Okay, so he man woman hater.
Hold on. You said ask me.
He man woman hater.
I'm not taking.
So he man woman hater. Your woman, you ain't gonna take. So why would a woman marry you if you can't even display simple things like taking her car to get the oil change? Oil change, what? How much? What? $100?
If she got a domestic car, it's probably like $39.99. If she got a foreign, you probably had
my oil change was like what? $110.
I don't care if it was free. Go get your own oil change.
Oh my God. No.
And that's why you know what.
It ain't no that's
well, hey, and that's fine, but you know what? My man gonna take me to take my car to get the oil change. My boyfriend will do that.
So do you expect your
I've been on
girlfriend
dates
to
with dudes like, oh, you need some tires. Your
No, but
tires
I'm
is
saying-
bald. We got to drop your car off while we at dinner and go get you
better-
new tires.
you better
on
be
a date.
But my question
Masculine
is,
energy.
I want to know, would you expect your girlfriend to cook for you?
I swear to tell her
Since she's not your wife.
So help
No,
me.
I don't. No.
So what do you expect for what? Okay,
Because y'all can't cook anyway. Y'all can't cook. I'm sick of everybody talking about
Baby, while we on
Uh,
this topic right now about this cooking, baby, I threw down the other day, and the other know I threw down, and I threw all the way down.
Frank,
and I meant to tag Frank in the video. Frank, I'm gonna send it to you right now.
But
Frank, I thought
hold
the
on, what
original
y'all
question
not gonna
was-
do?
You ain't bringing up.
And I'm not using this, but in
Come on, Tashiana. Come on, Tashiana.
Indie girls, what y'all not gonna do is use us having a rebuttal for y'all foolishness as calling it masculine energy. Because since we're talking about it, that's what men like to do.
question
Y'all like to
was,
shut down
do y'all
legitimate
submit?
positions
Wasn't that the
by
question,
saying, you know, you dramatic or you being masculine or you don't know your place. We're not going there, Dwayne Wayne.
Listen, I was on y'all side tonight, but I'm getting ready to turn up. Because I'm just trying to figure out the question.
Go ahead and turn up. Go ahead and turn up the wine. He ain't changing his girlfriend.
JT and Carisha.
Can y'all be submissive?
Which one, JT, and which one, Carisha?
The question was, could y'all be submissive or not? The question wasn't about all this other stuff y'all start talking about.
Why am I going to submit to a man?
I'm proud
who
of
can't
you, Mo.
even take
I'm
me
proud
to
of you.
Y'all, why would I submit to a man who won't even take my car to get the oil change?
But that wasn't the original question.
And get
The
you some
original question was, can you?
Like, what the
Can
hell?
you? Yes or no?
So what did you?
The question was, can we what? Can we submit?
Yes, that was the original question, right?
Okay,
Jen?
but we've been over this before, so
Bishop,
obviously
Bishop.
you
I know this submission
women
topic is just
probably
dead.
forget. So I'm gonna remind you right
Hey,
quick.
Frank,
Don't worry
I got a
about
question,
it. D and Clee, I got this.
Hey, Frank.
Apparently you don't remember, so you're gonna have to go out for camera. That's cool because that's what you do. That's what a lot of men do. When you can't stand the heat, you get up out.
No, first of all,
It's
can
fair.
you submit was not the question.
So, but that's what your boy said.
Hold on, what was the question? 'Cause I
Exactly.
feel like
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't
what I
answer
thought.
The questions that they answered was,
Okay.
what does a man creating a safe space look
Yeah,
like for you?
and did y'all answer that? Because
Yeah, we all. You ain't paying
They
attention.
answered
We all
conversation.
answered.
But
Then Jalen
was talking. He asked for a rebuttal from the men.
Man,
Why
that's
y'all
what-
still going?
Yeah.
Do you want a rebuttal or
because
no?
y'all make no sense. Okay. And then Jalen asked the question: how do you men create
What's up,
a
CJ?
safe
What's up,
space
Nicole?
for your woman?
Who asked Jaden to ask a question?
Okay, but then Tim came behind that and said, "I'm not getting my girlfriend oil change," and that's when things took a turn because he's a sick girl.
Hey,
JT, go ahead.
Hey, Frank, did you ask Jalen to ask a question?
I did not.
Okay,
My
did you ask
question
the man
was
for a
parallel
rebuttal?
to Frank's question. He said, do you guys have a rebuttal? So I was seconding his motion and saying, yes, guys, where's your rebuttal? What safe spaces are you creating?
I don't need a
I
spokesperson.
already know
to
you
speak for
don't
me.
create a safe space. You single. We not talking to you. We talking to the other three people.
So
They
we
want
got
everybody on
we
this
gotta submit
phone
tonight. That's what I
single.
want to know. Are we supposed to submit tonight? Let me know my role. What am I supposed to be submissive tonight?
This is what your role is tonight. Watch from my hand.
We want to hear from Lenny,
See that?
Greg Davis, and Dwayne Williams Jr.
You see that? Do this.
What question am I asking, Jay?
What's your rebuttal to the safe space conversation?
Well, I'm gonna submit to the man. Can I answer that, Ray?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, sir.
Because she's feeling masculine energy.
But besides yourself,
Bishop, why is Bishop getting quick tonight? Okay, Bishop, we get the patty on today. Okay, Bishop.
Okay. So I think that there's levels. Like, I believe it or not, I must be drinking something in this cran apple because I agree with Tim. Not hold on, Tim, not fully. Hold on. It's because you're advertising my shirt.
That's what I was gonna say because he got on your shirt.
So listen. The more and more I do this, I'm like, I've given too much too soon. And maybe you should get your own damn tires fixed and your own damn oil.
Hey, just because you done did those things for the wrong woman.
No, because
just because you done did those things for the wrong woman. But my thing is,
the wrong ones will make you get that way. Exhibit A. Tim.
But you can't make the next woman pay for
Ain't
what
that
the
what you
last
say?
woman did.
That's what you say. Those are your words.
I
You can't let the next woman pay for what the last woman did.
Y'all
That's
let
the thing
that's
about it is, I'm gonna go get my.
Wait,
I said at the dealership. Deanna come pick me up from the dealership when I go get my oil change.
Masculine energy.
Okay, hold on, Clay. Hold on,
This is my nigga right here.
Hold on, Clay, because they think we can't be quiet and listen. We can. Okay, go ahead, Bishop. You have the floor.
Unfortunately,
see, it take another woman to say be quiet though.
Thank you. God,
my sister.
Because I'm gonna say,
My sister.
I'm gonna say,
you better be glad we ain't on. You better be glad we ain't on. Hey, you better be glad we ain't on Clubhouse because Dwayne to put you down in the audience. Anyway. Anyway, I hear you, Clee. It's not fair to do that. But the fact is, we do base the next one on our experiences. And there's a sermon my brother preached, Jamal Bryant. These ain't loyal. You put it whatever blank you want to.
These niggas ain't loyal. You right,
that's
bitch.
good.
You right.
Wait, hold on.
And so they'll make you hold on, King. I didn't listen to you, King. They will make you say no to stuff and wait a little while longer instead of casting your pearls among swine.
Okay. But this is my thing,
Look
Bishop.
at Frank like that.
I wasn't saying hold it to you, Bishop, and y'all know usually I don't do this. But Brittany, in the comments, if you don't like the topic of discussion, you have this one option where you can click up out of this.
Oh my God, y'all! Don't
But I wasn't gonna do that though. But what I was gonna say was, Bishop, I understand, not doing those things too soon because you have been scorned, something happened in the past and everything like that. However, when you decide that this person is somebody that you're going to date and be boyfriend and girlfriend in a relationship with, as Tim spoke about, he said women are we talking about from a wife's perspective and not a girlfriend's perspective. So if we're dating, you're my boyfriend, and we have decided to be in a relationship with each other, you ain't gonna get my oil change?
That means to the young lady, Clee, that means nothing no more because you're in a relationship. That means absolutely nothing.
But what I'm saying is, Tim said he not getting his girlfriend oil change. You talking about a woman that you dating that you doing?
No. I think we should be slow with everything at this point now.
So at this point, okay, so if we slow with everything, and I'm your girlfriend, why would I marry you and you?
No, I'm not saying that it ain't gonna happen, but
you're
saying
holding everything. But Clee, you're not doing anything because I'm your girlfriend.
Too fast, Clee. We rush too fast. As soon as you become my girlfriend, I'm gonna do all that.
Oil change? I didn't ask you to pay my rent. I didn't ask you to pay my light bill.
That's gonna be next. That's gonna be next.
I didn't ask you to do things. I didn't ask you to take me on a shopping spree. I said, get my oil change.
Follow G.
Can we go to Jiffy Lube 1995?
No. Okay, but this is the thing. It's a lot of I gotta do. I'm single. Niggas now will come and get my car and detail it and wash it and clean it for me. That ain't
don't troll. You trolling.
Can I just say something really quick? Please.
Come on, Jay. Because I'm confused.
So please, I'm not gonna side with the men, but I'm gonna put something into perspective here.
Oh, come on here. I have decided.
Don't get too excited, Brother Williams.
To follow you.
I'm only gonna agree with them in a sense on Greg in a sense on the let's take things slow, because we too can say we've done things so fast for a guy that we're dating, and later on down the line we like, see, I was doing too much too soon. I'm doing all these wife qualities and he ain't even putting no ring on it.
Okay, I understand that. I get that. I just literally said I agree with Bishop on it.
It is, I feel like, well, at least for me, I try not to take baggage into different situations only because obviously for these conversational purposes, I don't want it done to me. But there is things that you do for the person that you're dating because you like them, because you feel in them. Then that's not necessarily meaning I'm going to get your oil change, I'm going to do blah, 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 because that's what the guy should do. It's kind of like it could be different things that they can do to show you that they're interested in you. Same as us. We do things per the guy, whoever we're dating, to show that we're interested in them, something that they like or something that they mentioned that they want. We're going to go out and do that just to show them. So I think it's kind of tit for tat on it, because I can say myself, where I've kind of regretted giving too much too soon, when I'm sure there's probably some guys I've dated who probably thinks they've given too much too soon too. So just a little.
I agree with the giving too much too soon. I promise you guys I do.
The
I've been
oil
single
change
for
just
5 years.
represents. It's not even about the oil change. That's what we're using. That represents the whole thing of giving too much too soon. And for the person, because this ain't my show, I could talk.
I was just really talking about an oil change, though.
For the person that's
It
talking
was.
about, for the
It
person
wasn't a
that's
deeper
saying-
meaning, Bishop.
No, huh?
When I said when I talked about an oil change, I really meant an oil change.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
are
a
you
deeper meaning to
asking
me.
for the oil change though? Are you
No,
asking
I'm not
for it?
asking. What I'm saying is, the question was, how does a man create a safe space for you? I said by protecting me physically. Deanna said by being allowing you to be yourself. And I said doing things, making sure I'm good. Like if it's something needs to be fixed around the house, if my car needs to have an oil change. Then Tim came and said they are speaking from a wife's perspective, not a girlfriend's perspective. A girlfriend, I'm not getting your oil change. And I said, why would you not get your girlfriend's oil change? You came in and said giving too much too soon. I understand giving
Period.
too much
Yeah.
too soon.
I'm not really talking about the oil change. I'm just saying.
But when I make it to be your girlfriend and we're in a relationship, if taking my car to get the oil change is giving too much too soon, why would I submit to you and marry you?
But Clea, I think
you're not
there should
showing me no quality. You have not
Yeah,
created
yeah.
a safe
No,
space for me.
eventually, I think that you get those. But I even think in the
Yeah, as a
girlfriend
girlfriend,
space,
that's what I'm
you-
saying.
but
As a
but I think we
girlfriend.
do that too soon, though. Give it a
But
minute.
so you get girlfriends soon? Because see, I don't have boyfriends soon.
Well, see. The other thing is, I keep seeing people
I
say,
may
"Well,
date you, but you're not my
wait a
man."
minute, hold it." I see somebody saying, Miss Wilson down there saying, "Well, you shouldn't lay down soon." I agree with that too. I agree with all that.
That
Everybody
was
should.
gonna be my next point, because if
Okay, but wait. I want to say,
change
can I just say
a
to this
woman
person
is
that,
too soon,
can I just say this to this person? So disrespectful for you to say, because of our opinion as black men, that women should go date white men out of your race because you don't agree with us. That's really so sad. But go ahead, it's not my show.
get the people together then.
Hold on, y'all. Britt, you know I love you. Chill out in the comment section. That was
Y'all, Brittany. Hey, y'all,
necessary.
Brittany, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Brittany in the comment, that's my
Please,
dog. Brittany,
chill out.
call her girl. Just calm down, baby. Calm down. That's
You
my
know
girl.
I love you. Chill
I
out,
love
please.
Uh,
Tatiana
Yeah,
is my
I've
friend as
already
well.
seen
it's so many
Let,
hurt people on this
let's not
stage
do
today.
that. Okay. All right, y'all go on mute. Money, I want to hear
because based on
your
what I'm looking at,
thoughts.
they need to calm down.
I want to hear your thoughts, Money. You're the youngest one on the panel, so I want to hear your thoughts on some of this.
Man, this was so much to take in. I really don't know where to start.
Like, where do you start?
Yeah, I don't know where to start. I will.
There's a bunch of hurt people on this panel.
What you talking about? What are you talking about?
I think even with that comment, the hurt people, I think.
Why are you so fired up?
I think that might be everybody, but excluding myself. But even with that, I'm just saying, this is all about perspective. Whatever you want done in your relationship is gonna be done in your relationship. When Tim used the whole analogy of the oil change thing, who would have known it would have blown over for 15 minutes about this, that, and the other.
Just about oil changes. Just about oil changes.
Just about oil change. Something simple as that. But I will say, in my own perspective, I will say this. Just to sit back and analyze that whole situation brings me back to the beginning of the show when we talked about masculine energy. We can try to shun it off all we want to, but this goes right back to the modern thing. Like, one man makes a statement and he's jumped on by whoever, and it's like a tag team thing. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's got more than just being the whole grown thing. I think that's the part of the masculine part. Now, that's all fun and games, I get it. But it's definitely some super masculine women out here. And not to be disrespectful, but in modern day times, in the group I kick it with, we just call those female men. You dig what I'm saying? They're just, hey, take it how you want. It is what it is. But yeah, cool. We back in.
Maybe that's just your opinion.
Let's
there are some men that are okay.
Let's move on, Frank. Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank.
Your mic, please, Deanna.
See, I've been quiet this whole time.
Let's move on, Frank. Come on. Next subject. Next question. Come on.
Let's change gears. Put the second slide up, please. All right, this came from a man. You can't be a traditional woman but expect to be with traditional men. You can't be free to do whatever you want, whether men approve it or not. But then say men ain't S. If they do what they want, whether women approve or not. You don't want to be a 1950s wife, but you want a 1950s husband. You want to define what real manhood is, but you don't want men to define what womanhood is. You say men are too feminine, but you don't want them to say you're too masculine. You give men constructive criticism and call it truth. Yet when men give women constructive criticism, you call it bashing. See, when you think that way, it makes it evident to men that you don't respect them, their position, or their ideas. So why should they be so enthused about providing, protecting, and being with you? That was a whole lot. So,
she's a pick me. Okay.
Tim, I'll let you be the first to address that.
Let me be the second.
Oh, okay. Well,
Go ahead, Tasha.
let me be real clear to the right Brittany. Whatever you were saying, if it wasn't to women, I apologize. Even still, I meant what I said about the people on the panel. You can have your opinion. And so while you're talking about being mature, to talk about something that you know nothing about, which is my divorce, isn't mature. So if it's that serious for you and you want to inbox me afterwards, you can, or not. I'm gonna need you to keep it cute and put it on mute, because it works both ways. And that's the thing with social media. I feel like people see social media and you think you know people, you think you can say whatever you want to say, however, whenever, and it really doesn't work like that. And so certainly I could have misconstrued your comment because it's text and that's all you had to say. But going into things you don't know about, because I'm not going to say anything about you other than this dialogue, which doesn't seem mature in all the things that you're talking about. So I want you to do better in that regard from one woman to another. So if you felt like I took your comment wrong, I apologize. But even if it was directed towards the men, in my opinion, it was inappropriate. So there's that on that. And I'm going to leave that alone. So whatever you want to say after that, girl, you got it. And if you want to inbox me for a real dialogue, you know where to find me. So there's that piece. As it relates to what you were saying, y'all have the floor.
Hey,
Bishop Davis.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Bishop. You go. He wants you to respond to that other situation.
To the second slide.
That was a lot. Can you break it down? That was a lot. That's why I
Put
told you where to go.
Put it back
Put
up.
it back up again. Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a whole lot.
Let's deal with the last one. You give men constructive criticism and call it the truth.
Let me take it.
Men give women constructive criticism, and you call it bashing. What I got in my cup. When you think that way, it makes it evident to men that you don't respect them, their position, or their ideas. So why would they be enthused about providing, protecting, and being with you? Okay, Dwayne.
I think if I can unpack this just slightly, just from what he wrote. So I oftentimes say this, and I don't know how many people agree with this, but when I hear people say, "I want a traditional," the first question that I have for them is, what does that mean? Right? And I think he hinted around this because oftentimes we talk about we want traditional, but in the 1950s, and I'm very serious about this, understanding times and errors. 1950 is different than 2021. And I think sometimes we hold fast to the ideas of what we thought the 1950s and 1960s was like, when really we weren't there to describe nor depict what that was really like. We have a short assumption of what we thought that time was like. Oh, the woman worked and stayed home. I mean, the woman was home with the kids, the man worked. Well, then the question I have is, do you understand why that woman stayed home? It wasn't a luxury. It wasn't a oh, I just want to do this because I can. No, it was the way that the family dynamic was set up, because in that era, that's the way that era was for it to be set up, especially because it wasn't even deemed like that women could go to work. So sometimes I think from his post, what I get is we just have to be careful about calling something what we want when we don't have quite the understanding of it. I think that when we say what we want, we should just be more specific about those areas. Hey, I want a man that will allow me the ability or give me the ability to stay home with the kids so I can raise them. Don't add, I want a traditional, because you don't know what that's like. You weren't there in that era. You're only making assumptions off of what you thought or what you thought you seen. So I think just dealing with the first part of that, you'll have women who'll be like, "Oh, I want a traditional man," but you're not traditional. You're non-traditional because you only want what you deem to be traditional in the context of what you think you know about provider, about provision, or about protection. I think we got to take the time out to really dissect what that looks like for us, how that sounds for us, and then be able to accept the route in which we want to take with our relationship.
I
Oh,
think.
can I say something? Because I'm just tired of this conversation about traditional, non-traditional, this, that, and the third. Just find the person that matches your energy
Mm-hmm.
and what you want in a partner.
Okay.
That's, for me, that's pretty simple. If your viewpoints or opinions don't align with what I desire in a mate, then I'm not going to continue to pursue that relationship. And I can respect if you decide that you don't want to pursue that relationship with me if I don't align with your viewpoints and how you want your spouse to be. But to point out that last part of the paragraph about the constructive criticism, I think part of the problem is because for so long as women, we have been criticized, talked about we can't do this, we can't look like this. If you get raped, it's because of how you dress, or you must have wanted it. It's a lot of pressure, you know. And I'm not going to say it's not a lot of pressure in being a man before the men jump down on me, but it is a lot of pressure in being a woman, specifically a Black woman. And we can have that argument all day about who got it harder, the Black man or the Black woman. I can only speak from my experience. So it gets really tiring hearing that, being judged constantly all the time for our independence, when really I believe that that's just in our DNA for us to be strong and independent and to be, outgoing. Because if you look at history, you've had Black women to have to be strong because of the slavery and their partners being taken away from them. So I feel like that's embedded in our DNA, and now we're being penalized or judged for having that strength and for having that independence in us. And just to wrap it all up, just be with the person that match you, and let's stop trying to force other people to fit whatever narrative we're trying to have.
I agree with that. And I'm just gonna say one little thing. I said this before on a clubhouse room. Like, no, nothing is cookie cutter. And I think with these podcasts, we have one too, we talk about this stuff and the dialogue on social media and all this stuff like that. Everybody seems to want this cookie cutter relationship, and it's supposed to go somewhere. It's never going to be like the next person. Every relationship is different. Every person is different. So you really just gotta just do your thing. Like she said, get with who match you, match your energy. That's it. Because all of this, well, women should do this, and men should do this, and women should do that. Do whatever works for you. Because before in the past, I had these conversations about that whole 50-50 thing. I know people who go 50-50 and they got happily married. They don't care about going no 50-50. Bills paid, they happy, and that's it. So it's whatever works for you and your relationship and whatever the hell you got going on. All this other stuff is just like it's a never ending circle. It's good for entertainment though. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to say about what Dwayne mentioned about the traditional role. I think ladies should be careful when they ask for the protector, the provider, and all those traditional things, because sometimes you may fall short and you may not want to play the same role. When you ask for a traditional role, you better be ready to give one. If you want me to be the priest, provider, and protector, then you need to be the cook and the cleaner and everything else that's supposed to go along with those. I mean, those are the traditional. That's the traditional way of thinking. So if you want that, then you should be ready to give that. And then secondly, I think that this whole criticism thing, and me and Tim probably gonna agree. I think ladies tear men down more than women do, than men tear women down. I don't think that you encourage us enough. I don't think you push us enough. I think you all want it. Not all. Nothing I say is absolute. I think you all want the encouragement, but you don't want to give it. I find more women in my space of doing a lot of this relationship stuff. They do what we talked about earlier, Clee. They take out on the next one, and it's serious. They take out on the next one for what the last one. You make us pay, and so you tear us down. You talk to us any kind of way because of the way that the last one did. And when you emasculate a man,
they do it too.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. I'm talking about my side. Y'all go to doing that every time. It's not absolute with nothing. I'm just saying a lot of our black men would be in better shape if they had a woman to say, baby, you can do it. If you tell me, baby, I can do it and I look good, I'm going to conquer the world. Not everybody, but there's a lot of women that are tearing men down and criticizing, and we're giving the support. And we're doing all the things that you asked for. I've been there, so I can talk about it. I have been there.
Money. I definitely want to hear money.
Go
I definitely
ahead,
want to hear
Money.
money, right?
Okay. I was gonna say before I want to jump in here before it got too combative after his statement, because I could see the faces after he said what he said. It was about to be the whole nother situation again. So I want to just piggyback on what he said in the beginning. If you want a traditional man, you better be ready to give me the traditional woman characteristics as well. I totally agree with that. Couldn't agree with that anymore. I just think sometimes it's an issue that men's roles are somehow concrete, but women's roles most of the time are conditional. It's just negotiable depending on who they're with. I feel like their roles can change, and I feel like that has a majority of the problem. If we're going to go to what you were speaking about in the thing, I had to take notes too when we talked about the criticism. That one statement said the whole thing, where it was like, you give men constructive criticism and call it the truth. Men give women constructive criticism and you call it bashing. I remember the last time I was on this show, I got to give props to my man, Dwayne. Dwayne talked about the how everything is double-sided, and how I'm trying to look for the correct term when they said that like women can do something but men can't. I can't think of the terminology. I'm having
double standard.
Bingo, double standard, right? How there's a double standard in everything, right? All right. True enough, that's the case. But when we're talking about constructive criticism, it seems like women can tell men what to do, and we're supposed to take it as if that's gospel. And the double standard of the fact is that men have a wall. And just follow me where I'm going with this. Men have a wall early on in life. We hit that wall, and we have to climb this wall early in life as far as we get hit with reality quick. Women have a wall, and it's further on down the road. They usually don't hit that wall until right at 30, 35, so on and so forth, when the truth actually hits you. What I mean by that is the double standard. Like, a man can be fat, and most men will call him, hey, you fat, you lazy, you need to get a job, whatever. If a woman is fat, let's just call it what it is, then it's, girl, hey, accept your curves. A man is going to love you how he loves you. And if you say something,
princess syndrome.
Oh, bro, absolutely. And if you say something about that, then you're fat.
Man, we like fat dudes. We like fat dudes too, man.
Hey, look,
nope.
y'all like that.
I do.
Look, y'all like that little get money pull. Y'all don't like the fat dude.
That's not true.
I always have fat niggas.
Hold on, let Money finish. Can Money finish?
But hold on 1 second. Before, like I said, because I don't want to make one statement I make to start a whole nother segment or something. I'm just generalizing the whole thing in general. And to just sum it all up, everybody totally agrees with the fact of finding somebody that you feel is meant for you, and whatever works for y'all works for y'all. But this whole generalization of men do this and women do this and trying to match this only brings friction to the black family, which is the reason why we're not being able to produce, which is the reason our marriages fail, which is the reason why nobody is wanting to get married, because we do this and we have these situations where we battle each other of who has it harder. If we just sit down, analyze our situations individually, collectively, give roles on what works in our relationship, the more successful relationships will be. That's just my point.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jalen.
Tatiana, go ahead. You've been waiting.
Okay, so this is what I want to say, right? I can agree to an extent as it relates to the traditional, because I always say, sis, pick a struggle, right? I think, and Deanna has said this like in other conversations that we have had about, y'all are expecting something from, way back when, whatever, to her point of choose what works for you. And I'm in the space of the traditional way or the non-traditional way. One isn't right or wrong. It's about what's workable for you, right? So I respect Deanna because she always speaks her opinion, what works for her. Me, I'm very clear. I'm a traditional modern hybrid. So I have my business, I work, I have zero desire to be equal to a man. And in marriage, there is no, and in preparing for marriage, there is no my money. Like, I have a business and a career, and I still have a desire to submit to my husband. And I totally get what she talks about. Submission works both ways. But for me, ultimately, I'm looking for my husband to consider my desires, thoughts, and perspectives. And then he's going to make a choice with all of those things in mind for our family. And I'm going to get up under that. That's me. That's what works for me. It ain't right. It's just what it is. And the other thing is, for me, I am very mindful about saying in my relationship, hey, babe, I really thank you for your help today. You make today. But that's just what works for me. And I do think that's important. And we can talk about who is under more pressure, more scrutiny, more criticism, the Black woman or the Black man. I believe that we can all agree that the Black man and the Black woman are both under scrutiny when we look at society as large, because other women can be clear, direct, and assertive. And wow, they're strong, they're powerhouses, but we are angry Black women. And Black men, it's like, what's wrong with them? There's all of these things, right? Media tells us that they're nothing, they're a threat, all of these things. So for me, what that says to me, and I didn't see the comment, Bishop, but for me, that says to me that we should protect one another, right? Because I definitely went through my stage where, well, Black men don't like me, so I'm gonna date me a white dude. And I love everybody, and I couldn't do it, okay? It was dinner, and that was it. So I think that it is important to just consider that when you get with someone, don't make them wrong. It's about finding workability. And if something doesn't work for you, then it's not wrong. It's not bad. It just doesn't work for you. And for me, I am very clear. You get to choose a struggle. So it's not one, you can't be, and I'm saying this because I'm a woman, you can't be non-traditional when it suits you and then traditional when it does. And that's why I say I'm a modern traditional hybrid, because I have my own business, I have my own aspirations, but all the money that I bring in, that's our money. I don't play that. I don't care who makes more money, who doesn't. For me, it's like, what's the goal? And then how can we meet that? How can we serve that? I still fix plates. If he coming home at 12 in the morning, I'm fixing dinner. That's just me. That's what works.
What's crazy about what you're saying is that from my experiences, Tatiana, you bring in 6 figures a year. From my experience, for whatever reason, those are the women that are normally accurate in being traditional hybrids. The women that I have talked to that make six figures or more a year have been the most submissive, the most helpful, the most catering to. It's it's been the women that make
That I ain't got no
45
money.
that 45 or less. That's
No good.
that ain't doing this, ain't doing that, they ain't down with this, they ain't doing. Bishop Davis, will you help me on this? What is your experience in that area?
I agree. They want the most, they want to do the less. They want the most and they want to do the less. And again, let me finish. In some cases, but a lot of they want you to do everything. But the people that are making high value, pretty much like what Miss King just said, they're more humble with it. Maybe because they have, I don't know. But the ones that don't, some, they want more and they want to do less. You get the mouth and the attitude.
Well, I would admonish women, be mindful of who you take your cues from, because most men that I know, and when I say high value men, I'm not just talking money, because you have a lot of high value men who they ain't there yet, but they gonna get there if you say, you know what, baby, I believe in you and I got you. I would tell you really to admonish, like I'm admonishing you who you pay attention to, who you take your cues from. But see, a lot of people, this is something totally different. A lot of people who are in that $60,000, $45,000 range, they watch a lot of TV. They listen to what the TV have to say. A lot of I can go months without turning my TV on. Right? My audience is different. And so if you really look at even our other counterparts, they get married earlier, they build together, all of these things. I wouldn't, and that's why it's important that as people who look like us, when we make it, that we're willing to help and share, and not like, oh, I had to get it out the mud, so you got to do it. It's okay to share information. It's okay to help somebody else out, because I think a lot of times people have it misconstrued about what's important and what's valuable. Like it's not all about money. And that's why I think Frank asked a question that was so good about, would you submit based or submission based on money that a man makes? And it's not, because what happens if he loses his job? You're not submitting. What happens if he gets sick? What happens if he gets demoted? And it's not about that, right? Because you can always make money. You know, if you want to sell drugs, strip, you can figure out a million ways to make money. So that's just my position on it. And that's what I said before. Stop listening to silly women. I know I got called one tonight, but you know what it is.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna yield. To what money was speaking to, as far as the and Bishop Davis said it, that he believes that on a mass scale, we have to think generalization sometimes. On a mass scale, from our perspectives as black men, black women have black women. There are so many women empowerment groups, women clubs, black girl magic, all of that stuff when it comes to black women. But who do black men don't seem to have black women on a mass scale? I'll give you a prime example. 9 times out of 10, a man who has a trash baby mama ain't gonna talk about his baby mama on social media. But 9 times out of 10, a black woman that has a trash baby daddy, you gonna know it, because it's so normal.
A silly one.
So it's so normal. It's so normal in our just from my perspective. It's so normal for black women to speak ill of black men. Yeah, we see it in the beauty shops, in y'all everyday conversation. Oftentimes is this man ain't this man ain't that. I'm just saying, we don't have, when men talk, it's not on that tip most of the time.
Zero accountability, man. And that's not for all women. Before I get attacked again, it's not all women, but it's more so, like you said. Even though men don't have that group of togetherness like a lot of black women do, Black women gonna support black women regardless of like how she look, and they gonna defend her. You dig what I'm saying? When it comes to us, we don't do that as much. But nevertheless, like you are absolutely right on point. Right on point.
I yield. I yield the floor.
Form groups.
Maybe I'm confused, but I believe that there are a lot of women empowerment groups and all this stuff. Same reason why we have Black empowerment, because for so long we have been oppressed and depressed that now we're coming into our own.
I ain't saying this every episode.
We're coming into our own, and maybe it's uncomfortable for some men. I'm not going to say all men. Just like for white people, it's uncomfortable when we talk about Black power and Black enterprise and Black billionaires and this, that, and the third. So I don't really think that, we purposely try to be she woman men haters, but it's just like for so long, a lot of us had to be silent and be submissive in an unhealthy way, I guess. That now it's like we're coming into our own, we're able to make our own money. We don't need men for certain things. And just because we don't need a man, that does not mean we don't want a man. And, Clea and I discussed this while Money was talking. It's whose fault is that men are not able to come together like that? Because unfortunately, a lot of men, they don't seek counseling. They have too much pride. They don't like to talk about their feelings because it's considered feminine or weak. And so it's like, is that really fair to women? Because we're able to bond and connect with each other and share our experiences and cry on each other's shoulders and give advice to each other.
Can I say something about that? You absolutely right about men not empowering men how we should. But I got something to say about when you say women are coming into their own because being held. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it was just being held down for so long. Now that you're coming up, you're blossoming up, that most men might be intimidated by it.
I see some.
Yeah, some men. Yeah, I get it. That some men might feel uncomfortable, whatever the case might be. My thing is, I don't think. And this is just my perspective, I don't think most men are uncomfortable with it. I think most men have an issue with, even though you're being empowered, I feel like with the empowerment, we're losing accountability. I feel like that's the biggest problem. Men are held accountable for everything that we do, everything that we do. I feel like, with women, with the empowerment groups, with the femininity movement, with all this type of stuff that is catered to women, you guys are brushed off from a lot of the things that we're held accountable for. Like when Trey just said something about you had a bad baby daddy who's more, likely to go to social media. The problem is if we go back to the word accountability, you picked that baby daddy. You picked to do this, you picked to do that. I think it's just the accountability of most women that we're having this issue. I don't think it's the fact that men are.
For me, that's kind of unfair statement, because sometimes we don't know that person is trash until after we fallen in love. A lot of people present that false person or false representative. So, like in my situation, and I always be transparent about, my failed marriage or whatever, that a lot of the things that he did, like not providing financially and being unfaithful and stuff, he didn't present that person to me, and I can say that I might have, moved a little faster than I should have. But I thought, based upon him being consistent and based upon our conversations and us spending time together, that he would be the man that I thought he would be, and that wasn't the case. I'm not going to say that I was perfect either. I don't want to sit up here and just say he was all the way in the wrong. But sometimes when you pick a person, and a lot of us go into a relationship thinking this person might be the one and they are good people, and you find out that they're not. And then sometimes we procreate with these people. I mean, how many of us have children and are not married? It's never our intent to pick a bad person. Sometimes we just find out that they're just not the person for us.
Or sometimes it was just a hot and horny night.
We're not even doing that. I will say this. I'm trying to remember, like I said, because I've had some juice. With everything that Money and Deanna that they have said.
Tatiana, I don't know how many drinks you had tonight, but it's all in your face, bro.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I
Jalen sleepy.
But I do want to say this, like to what Money talked about. I think, and this was a conversation I had in another group about, Father's Day versus Mother's Day and why one is seemingly more important than the other. The first thing is it's a challenge when, we're told that men are providers and protectors, right? For some reason, we feel like they don't need appreciation and validation. It's kind of like, oh, that's your role over there. So I'm getting flabby arms, but okay. So we neglect to, sorry. We neglect to do certain things, right? I can relate to Deanna. I won't say which relationship, but I've definitely been in relationships where someone has done a 180. Like they have literally told me, oh, I've got you. I don't have to do that anymore. But I believe that, again, it goes back to, are you a traditional woman or a non-traditional woman? You can't want a man to be open and vulnerable about his emotions. And then when he is, you want to call him weak. And I've had women call me and be upset and crying. Well, he said this to me. And then I ask, and I tell people this all the time, because if I wasn't doing real estate, I would be a family law attorney. That's where I was on my way to practicing, advocating for fathers. And Frank knows this. I believe in that. I don't believe that moms are parent A and dads are parent B. I don't believe in that. But for me, it's like you can't expect a man to be available for your emotional needs. And then when he expresses those things, you want to call him out his name. He's weak. He's a mess and all these other things. It just doesn't work that way. And it goes back to the same thing. You have to pick a struggle. And just like women need safe spaces, and I'm not a pick me, but I do try to be fair. So y'all can say whatever you want to say about me. I don't care.
Tim, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Tim, let me ask you something.
I'm in rare.
Well, okay. I am laughing at the men tonight. Y'all are funny. Tim, what can a woman do for you to make you feel safe? Since we talked about safe place for them tonight, do you even need a safe space for a woman? What are your needs? What are your top 3 needs in order to say this is the one for me, or consider her being, someone you would marry or be on that order with?
Well, I don't really have a top 3, but
okay.
I know one of my mains is being able to listen. I know it's a struggle for. Let me before I go in, but being able to listen is a love language for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say shut up and listen, because I'm not trying to disrespect you by saying shut up. Because I don't tell nobody to shut up unless you just piss me off and I say shut the hell up,
Yeah.
But sitting back and listening and being attentive to what I'm saying. Your attentiveness will create a space, if you want to call it safe or however you want to call it, will create a space that's conducive enough for me to open up like you expect me to open up. But if all you gotta, if I can't say but 3 words and you gotta respond to what I'm saying, you're not a listener. I don't need when I'm trying to express how I feel. I don't need a I'm a grown man. I don't need a spokesperson to tell me how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So be able to listen, and then the other stuff we can build on that.
Jalen, let's do an exercise right quick. Dwayne, come back if you can hear me. Dwayne.
He probably eating.
All right, let's do this.
He's probably talking to his company.
Oh
Jalen, have a 90-second conversation with Tim. No, Dwayne is back. Jalen, have a 90-second conversation with Dwayne to find out what makes him feel safe. If y'all were sitting at a table across from each other in dinner and it's just y'all two, I want to hear what the conversation would be like for you to create a safe space for him. You trying to find out about him, things you need to do as a woman for him to make him feel safe.
Can I go
All
next?
right.
Me and Victor, please.
1, 2, 3, go.
So Dwayne, we need to wait on them to bring some more wine. But while we wait, so have you been through any traumatic experiences in your life that you care to share?
Well, I will say this to you. I have been through a couple, but I tend to not share them until I have a level of understanding of who I'm talking to.
So you've been hurt before?
I mean, of course, who hasn't? I mean, yeah.
First of all, Lloyd, cut the scene, because Dwayne not being realistic. Because I know
Dwayne, this is my reality.
That ain't how Dwayne act. Dwayne faking the funk.
You actually, he said, "Listen, this is how I act." Let's step back.
He said a real conversation, Dwayne.
This is a real conversation.
He said a real. Okay.
You asked about my traumas. I gave you an answer.
You got
okay. Now repeat your answer because you want. What you say, money?
Y'all missing up.
You got to finish. You got to finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But Dwayne, it's not gonna work if Dwayne not being authentic.
Okay. Start over.
Authentic.
Start over. Let's go.
Okay. So Dwayne, I'm trying to find out some things about you, but I don't want to be too forward. I don't want to make you go into a shell. So have you been through any traumatic experiences?
You know, I have, and I don't mind sharing, but what is this? Our first date, second date? What date is this?
He didn't say.
Man, come on, y'all being too technical.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Your first
You
date.
want to come in here, Barry White?
Okay, okay, y'all
you didn't give us enough content.
Y'all did. Deanna and money. Deanna and money on the date.
Okay.
Deanna,
it's a date.
I want you to.
Do it have to be a date?
I want you to. Yes, y'all on a date.
Okay.
This is y'all third date.
Folks, fathers.
And you really digging him. Y'all at Fleming's. Y'all at Fleming's. Okay. Y'all sitting across from each other, and you're trying to find out what would make him feel safe with you and vulnerable with you. All right, 90 seconds. Money in Deanna.
Hey, baby. You look so good tonight. You look so nice. Why your voice so
deep, Barry White?
Go you know what, Dwayne? You got one more time, and I'm trying to be real nice, and I'm so serious right now.
Deanna and
because you don't want to go there with me. But anyway, hey, baby, we just had a little hater to stop by. That's all. You looking real nice. I like your beard. You look good. Did you just get your haircut?
You know, I'm a little rough under there. I like that dress you got on.
Oh, thank you. This whole thing. All right. So, babe, we've been, conversating. We've been, hanging out for a bit or whatever. And I just want to know, what could I do to make you feel more comfortable and safe around me to be your authentic self?
That's a good question. I never had a woman ask me that before. First off,
never had a woman like me.
Yeah, so automatic she win. To make me feel safe, honestly, it would be loyalty, which every man says. It'll be loyalty. It'll be the fact that I can confide in you with my secrets, and those would probably be the best two for me. As long as I know that you're loyal and I know that I can trust you with my information, I think that'll be a safe space for me.
Well, I mean, I feel like if we continue on this path, that loyalty automatically comes.
Okay, cool.
And sing.
And she's a player pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you dig what I'm saying? She
a player pimp, baby.
Clee. Okay, go. Hold on.
She knows.
Clee. You guys, I'm going to be starting to have a flirt class.
Oh my God.
No,
hold on, y'all. Clee.
What?
You and Tim on a date.
Lord.
First of all, this shit won't even work.
We gonna be fighting.
You and Tim on a date. This y'all 5th date.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Y'all kiss the last date.
Let's go,
We kissed the
Clee.
last date.
And y'all almost went there. So this the date. You trying to figure out where y'all going, and you trying to figure out what would make him feel,
Let's go,
wanted
Clee.
by you.
I ain't gonna be able to do
safe
that
with
because
you.
I'm not gonna be able to do that, first of all, because I don't never ask no nigga no questions. I just don't.
Here we
I don't ask
go.
no questions.
Here we go.
I don't ask no nigga no questions. No. If the nigga want me,
Oh man. I'm going
I don't ask
home.
and I was like, I'm kind of a girl, bitch. Let me tell you what happened, girl. This nigga on this date. We kissed last week though.
But I can't. Jalen, you and Tim
do
on
it.
a date, and then I'm gonna let Tashiana and Bishop go because I know that was gonna be good. Jalen, you on a date with Tim because you and Dwayne can't get right. You on the date.
There's no context. Then you start giving context.
This is y'all. Okay, here we go. This y'all 4th date. Y'all went to church together Sunday, and the pastor preached a good message about responsibility and accountability.
Oh man.
So this is the night. Now you want to know where y'all headed. So you're asking him, what could you do in his life to make him feel vulnerable, to make him feel safe with you?
Hold on before she answered. I gotta make sure she's not a praiser. Because women that praise, they weird sometimes. But go ahead. I'm ready.
Well, I'm a praiser, so what that mean?
No, go ahead. All right, I'm listening.
Wait, what does that mean?
No,
Go ahead. Come on.
That's
We gotta get off.
Okay, so we went to church. The preacher was talking about responsibility and accountability and blah 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 blah. Okay, and this our 4th date, right?
Yes.
4th.
And you really digging him.
Okay, and we at dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim.
Yes.
Being as though this is our 4th date, I think things between us are kind of looking promising. Do you agree? You like me like that? You trying to take it to the next level with me?
I totally agree, baby.
I look like you really looking in my eyes. Okay, so if I'm going to be your woman, that means I'm responsible for kind of your emotions and how you feel, right?
Kinda. I don't know what that means. What you mean?
Until I'm your wife. For right now, it only stops at a certain point, right?
I don't know if you sure? You said kinda. I don't.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, okay. Continue.
So I'm responsible for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as your woman, what can I do since I'm responsible? What can I do for you to feel safe with me?
You got me nervous already. I don't like the tone in your voice.
It was real serious, wasn't it?
I'm about to get up out of here. That's what I'm gonna tell you what you can do.
Bye, man. I'm done.
Yeah, because Sam ain't the right person.
Miss King.
Hey, first you talking about she kinda responsible. What?
Because I'm not your wife.
But Miss King, you and Bishop Davis are on a date. Y'all have eaten dinner. This is the 6th date. Y'all have eaten dinner, had an amazing time at dinner. Now y'all sitting in his Range Rover having a conversation, and you're trying to figure out what does he genuinely need from you to make him feel more comfortable with you, safe, vulnerable with you, to go to the next level. Let's hear that conversation.
What would I say? I would say, hey, Bearded.
No, talk.
What would
Yeah,
I say?
Talk to Bishop. Talk.
I am
to
talking
Bishop.
to him.
Okay.
And I said I would say, hey, bearded daddy, I really appreciate you taking me to dinner. I had such a great time. I really enjoyed spending this time with you and getting to know you. And I know you have so much going on. And so for me, this is the way that I want to love you. I want to make sure that you feel safe when you call me. I want to make sure that I'm available to you. I want to make sure that you feel like you can reach me whenever you need to. But what do you need from me? Because it's okay for me to love you the way that I want to love you. But how do you need me to love you?
Where do I sign up at? Where do I sign up at? No,
Why
baby,
we could be in a Range Rover though for our conversation?
I need you. I need you.
That mean the fuck I was with wasn't on that level or what?
I'm finna meet you.
So, no, listen. So I need you just to 3 things. Learn me.
Phew.
Just learn me. Just not a lot of questions. Just watch me. More is taught. More is caught than taught. I need you to listen to me.
Okay, Bishop.
Listen to what I say. Don't listen to what I say. Don't just watch the words come out of my mouth. Just listen to me and then love me, baby. Just love me. That's all. It's that simple. Just love me. Listen, learn, and love me. If you can handle that, then you can have the world.
Okay, I got that.
Miss King just won, Jack. It's over with.
That's because I gave her the blueprint.
Oh yeah. Hey, D, you
Start off with the
Right, you did.
I'm gonna give y'all something else, ladies. I'm gonna give y'all something else. When you on the couch, let that man lay in your lap, lay his head.
That's
down,
right.
and rub his hair, and then you could. It's what look fine. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get a little ratchet a little bit. You juggle them balls.
That's in ministry too.
Tell
Wait
you,
a minute.
he gonna tell you everything. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help my ladies.
The need ministry will get everything you need to. Hallelujah. You get your
Y'all know my
way
show
in.
PG-13. It would be unfair for us to do it for the ladies and not for the men. We get ready to wrap up, I promise. But money, you on a date with Clee. You on a date with Clee.
She finna get some egg.
What's him? You on a date with Clee. This y'all 5th date. Y'all been kicking it tough. You know what I'm saying? You've been working hard, but you've been constantly trying to make time so y'all can meet up, link up, do whatever. So this y'all 5th date. Y'all really feeling each other. You really feeling her. And you trying to find out what would it take for her to feel safe with you, vulnerable with you. What would that conversation sound like?
All he needs is a pack of cigarettes and a beer.
First of all, nigga, I do not smoke no cigarettes and I don't drink no damn beer. Okay.
You're
So
not about
you
to
wanna
do
make
me
me-
like that.
Okay, so if you want to give me some champagne and some weed, then yeah, we might have something going on. But I don't smoke no baby. Don't smoke no motherfucking cigarettes. Do I look like I smoke cigarettes? Come on now.
Hey, everybody's situation different, right?
Go on your date, money. God.
Every woman is different.
Money gonna have a good time on this date.
All right.
Money.
It ain't no questions about the 5th date because by day 3
Man,
y'all be in love.
hold on, Clee, coming. Let me Clee. Go ahead, money.
Let's hear it.
All right, cool. Hey, Clee.
What's up, money?
Look, hey, I hope everything was cool for you today. I'm hoping you had a good time. I hope you like it too. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
This was special just for you since I've been working so much. I've been trying to spend some time with you. And I kind of feel like it's a little void between us. I feel like you're not all the way as comfortable as you probably would be if I was more available to you. So let me ask you this. What could I do? What could I do to make this as smooth as possible so you feel safe with me, around me? This is what I need to know. Okay, she laughed.
No, because you don't even know. I can't say what I just said. I can't really say what I
already
just
know
said.
it.
What did you
already
say?
know what I said. I will tell you. The way it was gonna be nothing said after that. We juicing right then. I can't like what? Wait a minute. It's nothing said.
She
Nothing.
wildin'.
Nothing said. Be like, you said what now? You did this for me?
Oh my God.
I turned the show on then after this.
Don't want.
I feel safe
gonna be
already.
juicing.
I feel safe already.
I gotta be juicing.
The fact that you asked me that, I feel safe already. Okay. You seem to
Wait,
care.
you about to get on my nerves.
I'm just saying. If a dude, because I mean, typically dudes don't come at you like that. Like most men ain't doing it. Most men not doing it. So a nigga come to me like that, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, it's like I'm gonna be like, he said, what now? He wanted me to know how he can make me feel safe. Be like, I'm just jumping on you right then and there after that, because I already feel safe now at this point. Because you give a fuck that I'm safe.
Bishop,
So,
last words. Last words. Let's turn this corner real quick. It's almost 11. Bishop, last words.
Almost 11.
It's almost 12. So
it's 11 here.
So Frank, first of all, congratulations on a wonderful season, wonderful guests, your ability to bring together a cadre of different thinkers. This has been great. I want tonight to ask everybody. I've already sent, somebody is feeding back. I've asked, I've already given. I sent a seed already of $50. And if everybody tonight,
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah, if everybody tonight could do at least 20 to 30, somewhere between there, to $ Frank Ray the third, Frank Ray 3, and let's bless him tonight. I mean, I often say on our shows on Monday night, you save counseling sessions, you listen to all the various thoughts from everybody. No matter, some people think that one opinion is better. Everybody's opinion is right. It's their own perspective and their own reality. So you've gained much knowledge. So tonight, those of you tonight that would, please, let's sow at least between 20 to 30. Some of you can match the 50 that I gave, but this can be something even greater. I know he's working on some other things, but this is the way that you fund it. I know so much I have so much going on, and it needs to be funded. So tonight we want to fund and help fund the next for Frank. I see radio. I feel radio. He's a natural. Tim, right? You should, yeah, Tim, because you know if somebody got it or not. And thank you, Miss King. So everybody tonight, if you would, so those of you, not just those of us that's up here, but those of you that are watching, you're here every week. And so I wish that you all would at least, so $20 to $30. Some of you can meet me at 50. Somebody may want to do more. But tonight we want to be a blessing to my nephew, and we celebrate him tonight for all that he's doing. So you all do that and just put in the comments. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Money. Thank you, Money. You all put it in the comments. I'm getting it done, or I got it done, or done, whatever the case may be. Let's do it, y'all. Let's be a blessing. This is ours. He's ours. You know, this is the new space, Tim. We're not, you know, I'm Word Network, but this is the real new space right here. TV as we know it. Somebody sent me a screenshot, big old screen they had, and it was watching the men Monday night. Like for real, like we on TV. We already on TV. And so you all do that. Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Bishop. I appreciate that so much. Y'all see the Cash App on the screen, man. I appreciate everybody who's sewing. I see you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Jalen, last words.
Oh, well, this is great. I just Cash App you, so congrats on the finale. This has been lovely. All the times you've had me on. Little old me. I'm just so honored. The conversation today definitely was a bang. Like the people in the comments said, we went out with a bang. I do want to say one thing to the last topic we were talking about, as far as like communication or the criticism or even with creating the safe space. I think the gist of it is just tone. everything, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. That's a point I wanted to make earlier. Just making sure your tone is right, even with the criticism part. If you have the right tone and it sounds genuine and out of care and love, then most likely it'll be received that way. So again, congrats and thanks for having me.
For sure. Thank you. Dwayne, last word.
Oh, to be young, gifted, and black. Frank, you're young, gifted, and black. I don't know what else to say because they didn't give me a headache tonight. This is the first time in history they gave me a headache tonight. So pray for me, man. Pray for me. Bishop, I'm exercising that grace that you told me to exercise.
Thank you, Dwayne. Always a pleasure. D and Clee, last words.
And I'm exercising that mercy.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, Frank, thank you so much for having us on your podcast.
Yes.
Like, we really appreciate you because I'm telling everybody out there, it's no secret. Like, me and Deanna started this back in October. And Frank has like easily become one of our good friends, like our close friends. Like, that's our dog. And he has brought listeners to our podcast. And I just really appreciate him because his followers that come over there to us, he has sold into our podcast and vice versa. So like, I really feel like you got a good thing going here. And, you know, he's very supportive of us. So for that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm his shooter. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because that's my dog. And like, he really look out for us with this podcast stuff. So I just thank you, Frank, for, you know, this platform, introducing us to people, because we've had Tim and Dwayne on our podcast, and we met these people here on Frankly Speaking. Yeah. We've had Mo on our podcast. We met these people on Frankly Speaking. We done having outside conversations with Tashiana, who camera just fell. And we met these people on Frankly Speaking. So we greatly appreciate you, Frank, for having us on here. And, you know, always, you're not making us feel like we not, you know, what's the word?
Sticking out like a sword.
Yeah, like we not, you know, yeah, what Deanna said. Because, you know, people like to judge and stuff, y'all. And a lot of this is entertainment too, y'all. Okay?
Yeah.
So y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But we just really appreciate you, Frank, for giving us an additional platform and sharing your followers and your platform with us. For Beach, let me tell you what happened and coming on and stuff. And we are excited for what is in the future for Frankly Speaking. And you know, you might be taking a break, but we might be hitting you up for some Tuesday nights. So just get ready, because we might be hitting you up.
For sure.
Let me say, Frank and I go way back. We
way back.
World Overcomers.
Yeah, we went to church together. So that's how we knew each other. And one day randomly, I was like playing some music. He was like, let's do a playlist verses. And that's how we got connected. And then he invited us on the show. He was our first guest when we started doing live on StreamYard. And we learned so much from watching your show. And we just really appreciate you. You have been a blessing. You have been a support system. You don't, you know, like Clee said, you don't judge. You're very welcoming, and we really appreciate that, because believe it or not, we do get a lot of flack and a lot of kickback for us being very opinionated and very outgoing and outspoken. So we just really appreciate you being authentic, welcoming, and just, you know, being our dog.
That's my dog. Hey, that's
y'all
my dog.
I love y'all.
That's my dog. Hey, that's my dog. Hey. Shooter.
Tim, last words.
Like I said from the beginning, Frank, it was an honor. Here's the thing. What I like about the show, Frank, is you have a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people coming from different places. And a lot of people really don't understand. A lot of people think they can do this, Frank.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's different when you actually get on here and do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think you can actually be successful without a Clee, without a D, without a Bishop Davis, without Money, without Jalen. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't really understand the art of entertainment. I done seen people do shows and they collapse because even though me and Clee might be screaming and hollering, but once I get off of here, oh man, me and Clee, we best, we hugging and kissing. You know what I'm saying, Clee?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hugging and kissing.
Yeah, and so that's why I was always excited when you gave me the opportunity to come on and be a part of this. I don't know what's next, but I know it's going to be great.
So
the opening season, if I'm in the audience, I'm gonna be on like I'm on the stage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I sent my seed. That's what we're doing. I sent my seed, and so I appreciate all of y'all. And if any of y'all ever need me for anything, I don't want this like this is the end and y'all going y'all separate ways. No, I want to stay connected to everyone. If you need me for anything, Frank, Money, King, D, Clee, Wayne, Jay, and even Mo. I seen Mo in the audience. Whoever else was a part of, frankly speaking, just hit me up and we can do this thing. So again, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro,
and everybody
there. Thank you, Tatiana. Last word.
Well, you know that I love you. You know that I do.
Well.
I tell you that online and offline, and that's what I am. I'm a lover, but I don't play that neither. Everybody that I have come to connect with, I just think that everybody adds value. That's for sure. So you guys have definitely. I feel some type of way, but it's okay, Clee, because we have brunch in the works, so I can deal with that. You just let me know when and where, because we bottomless mimosas, okay?
Bottomless mimosas, baby. I'm ready.
I still owe D for her birthday. And I tried to hook Jalen up with one of my multi-six-figure earners.
Hey, hold on now, Tatiana. You done left me out the loop. What's the six-figure nigga?
I just said it, Jay, because he had asked me or whatever, but it's cool.
What the six-figure niggas at? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a six-figure bitch.
Exactly. Okay, sorry. Okay, don't charge this to anything, okay? I'll just have fun with my friends. But when it's all said and done, I came on this. The first time was about co-parenting.
Yeah.
For that. And now I have a man and a promise ring.
Look at that.
A promise ring.
Yeah.
Okay, girl.
Because he's not playing with it. Like when we date, people say you single until you marry. He's not playing with it. And I love him. And he's like, submission is like a beautiful thing, lady. So if you want to take my master class, first you guys have to attend Bishop Greg and Anisha's master class on dating. And then you can slide on over to my master class because y'all know I've been engaged like 4 times. But I'm going to teach you how to get and keep them.
Okay.
I'm just messing.
How many times?
Oh. I got one question real quick.
King, how many times?
Do promise mean that he can't get none until y'all get married?
Promise means that we not entertaining nobody else. You're not even gonna do me like that. That means
that was wrong, Frank. You was wrong for that. You gonna let her have her promise ring and be happy about her promise ring.
That's right.
No, I was doing it in 10 questions.
Been married before. Best relationship
man
that
from
I've
the
ever been with. This is the first time. We're not talking to you, Dwayne. This is the first time. That was my masculine. This is the first time in my adult life that I have felt safe emotionally. I've always met men who are providers financially, but I feel safe on every level. I know it's weird, but I've never really had a man like just cover me in prayer and not be intimidated. Like he's coming to town to help me with my projects and things for work. I just love him. My kids love him. My mama love him. My baby daddy don't love him, and he don't even know it yet. So, anyways,
thank you, Tasha. Love you too. Appreciate you. Last but not least,
you got real heavy at the end there.
I'm finna meet all y'all.
She said,
Last but not least, I say
Woman that look 2021.
My blood for a reason. I say him for last. Money, last words.
Man,
Okay,
most
folk.
definitely. I always have a great time out here, man. I always trip off of y'all, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel. It was good to see y'all again. I'm with Tim. Hopefully this ain't the last time we chop it up. Hopefully we can stay connected in whichever way. So I'm gonna throw my IG out there because I ain't active like that on Facebook. Money.amg. Money.amg on Instagram.
Hey,
And before-
money. Will you come on
yeah.
our podcast?
You know we could DM him.
yeah, most definitely. Then I could be my more unfiltered self. But
Come on, brother.
To Trey, hey bro, you know I'm super proud of you.
Appreciate that.
I'm glad the leap you took, man. This is really turning into something. This is the truth. I hate actually for you to be gone for a couple months. It's almost like the Power Show when Power go out for a minute.
Me. I feel like that about Power.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, when Power go off, you be sitting around waiting on it. Maybe you can drop us some teasers in between. You know what I mean?
I might do a bonus episode or two.
Yeah, we can come do it around my pool. You bring the baby. We can have fun.
There we go. Yeah.
They can come and Jalen. They out of town, but y'all can
Or you can just come on, bitch. Let me tell you what happened, and then sit on your phone over there.
Oh my God.
So you know what I mean, but over everything, like my
Clean D, y'all see my comment?
I'm proud of you. I appreciate everything you've done, man, giving us this platform and us being able to, you know, talk about these things from We Be Tripping to the GuMbO to the parenting to everything. And what you've done is you've touched on all subjects that we need to hear about within the Black community. Hopefully this brings us together. Hopefully we can mend the Black relationship and we can, you know, tend to go on with these other things. Last night, Clee, you said you're the shooter. I've been a shooter for a long time. Hey, that's an inside joke, but it's not an inside joke.
Hey, money, I got it from here, my nigga.
and you hella relevant, Frank. You hella relevant.
Rest your heavy hard money. I got it from
Man, y'all know I love y'all. I appreciate everybody who has taken time out of their schedules to be with me on this platform. Shout out to our girl Mariah. I appreciate you. You've been down for the past couple of months. I know your son had his graduation night, so I want you to know we appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. Love you as well. Shout out to Lady J, who's been holding things down in the background. Can't forget about her. She makes my life much easier. So I want to send a shout out to her being down all season long. Thank you so much, Lady J, for everything that you do. Listen, you can always go back and catch all the old episodes. It's 22 episodes. This is the 22nd episode. This is the season finale. You can see all of them on my website, soveryfrank.com. Make sure you are also subscribed to my YouTube channel during this season. Before the 14th episode, we were able to monetize because of the growth of this channel. So shout out to my people on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you've yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe there. Man, again, everybody who's been tuning in week after week, or if this is your first time, thank you so much. Frankly speaking, would not exist if you would not be in the comment section, if you didn't tune in every week. So I want to say shout out to everybody who has been holding it down in the comment section. Those of you who watch and don't comment, I appreciate you as well, man. I love everybody. I'll see y'all again with Frankly Speaking in August, man. Thank you. I appreciate and I love y'all so much. This is y'all know how we do it, man. It's Memphis. Uncle Dave, appreciate you. Dwayne, I love you, man. Jalen, Clee, D, Tim, Tashiana, Ken Folk. Y'all know I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all.
Love you, Frank.
Love y'all, man. Peace out.
Dwayne.
Go tend to your company now.
He leave him on my daddy.
Dwayne got company.
Dwayne, who's your company? We said go tend to your company. Stop leaving your company alone.
You cheating already? In the hotel?
She in the bathroom. She went down the hall to get ice. She went to go pick up room service because
Bro, what
it's
city
they not
you in?
delivering. We can think of all kinds of things.
I'm in Charlotte, yo.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some stuff
I told
lined
y'all
up.
he was a city girl and I could get flued out for the weekend.
It's called ministry. You know, you two heathens wouldn't know about it.
Oh, you minister? Oh, that's what they call it, girl. You ministering to the people? Oh, that's what we doing? We ministering to the people.
Hey, okay. Come on, Tatiana. Hey, come on.
In my DM.
Hey, the season finale lit. Hey.
You laying hands on them, huh? You laying hands on them, Dwayne.
All right, man. Y'all log out one by one. I gotta be the last one out.
We gone. How we get out of this thing? Leave the studio. Leave the studio.
Damn, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Peace out, y'all. I have a good one.